Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you a really cool, powerful team you can use for this faction assault in Fell Roost. Right, first things first though, go to the shop, make sure you've got yourself a tier 1 to get the very handy Potion of Enchantment. Bear in mind, if you've already got your Horde level to level 100 or above in Fell Roost, you will already have a Potion of Enchantment stored, so no need to actually buy one. Of course, if you want to go further than tier 1, then you do need to buy the tiers in order, so you'll have to buy it anyway. And at tier 4 there is a weapon, Fell Ward. It's not that great. It's one of those strange weapons where if it had less, it would actually have more. It gains magic +1 armor, boosted by burning and diseased enemies, then burn all enemies, or disease all enemies. It's that second part. If it didn't have that or disease all enemies, if it just done that guaranteed burn all enemies, then it would be a much better weapon, because then you can use it with other things like Fireblade class, for example, where you get that 3 times skull damage, and implement a skull team in it at the same time and get really good benefit. But with that or disease all enemies, it actually kind of spoils it by having more. Strange. But anyway, on to the actual team itself. We're going to start with Rope Dart 2 times Venoxia, but the 4th troop you can actually change to whatever kind of your playstyle is. I'm going with Ascendia because it gives all dragon allies a 50% start, which is really nice for our Venoxias. And it's a kind of okay spell, summons 1 to 3 dragon spirits. Very useful in a delve, because if you're a newer player and you might lose a troop here or there, then those summons are actually going to be really useful. And when a dragon spirit is there, which is one of the things it summons, it will actually explode 10 gems, which gets really good mana gen at the same time. So you can keep your team going with this at the same time, which is pretty cool. And also summons a light storm at the start of battle, which is yellow, which is really good for our Rope Dart and Ascensia. Venoxia creates 9 green and 9 blue gems, then deals a decent amount of true damage to all enemies. That is boosted up by my Horde level at the moment, so bear that in mind, but it's still going to be a really effective spell, because the green feeds back into Venoxia, charging herself up, and the blue feeds up our Rope Dart, which, as we know, is an absolutely awesome weapon, eliminating all armor from an enemy, which is really cool in these high level delves. Even if they got like 400 armor, bang, gone in one go. Then deals damage, effectively true damage, pulls them to the front, and entangles them if you've got the upgrades and an extra turn at the same time. Absolutely superb. Because our dragons get charged up so quickly with that 50% start in this team, we can go with Elementalist class. Stun, freeze, burn, and entangle a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Really good. You can go for Snap Freeze, Insulated, Thunder Fist, Watery Binding, Rock Solid. We don't collect brown on purpose, but if one just happens to drop, like when we cast Venoxia or something like that, that'd be really useful. Lightning Strike and Fortitude. Right, so if you don't have Ascensia or you want a different option, there's various ways you can go about it. You can pop in a Leprechaun in there instead. Bear in mind it does use green and purple, exactly the same as Venoxia, but you can just cast it right off the bat and maybe get charged up absolutely straight away. It's a pretty good way to go. If you don't have 2 times for Venoxia, you can have a look at what true damage options you have. Just change that spell thing to true damage, like Arachnian Weaver is always good if you've got that Mythic. Even Grimfeather, not a bad option. True damage to the first 2 enemies. Phoenix is really good. True damage to all. Or the option of a summon. Shoggorath's actually not bad. Silence and deal magic-based true damage to the first and last enemies, and explode 5 gems of the most used ally mana colour. Yeah, it's definitely some good options. Right, but let's go ahead with this team though. Banner for this, I'm going to go for the Fox Banner, +2 green, +1 blue, -1 red. Other options are available, it will still work just as well, like an armoured banner that's next to it there, look, will be absolutely fine at the same time. But let's dive in and give this one a go. Right, early stages, really straightforward. I'm not going to do many levels on these low levels. They are super duper straightforward. With that 50% start on our Venoxias, you're just looking for purple or green to get going. And you'll be absolutely well away and just cast your Venoxias, and for most players it'll be absolutely the job done. They both get charged really quickly. That 50% start from Ascensia combined with that Potion of Enchantment means things happen really fast. Now you can just trot along the bottom here if you like, all the way to the bottom, take a casual hike right to the end to the mythic room. If you want to build up the room treasure multiplier, you can do a little bit of climbing, do a bit of mountaineering and see how you are on heights and go up to these heady levels here and finish them off and then go to the mythic room. But for the speed of the video, I'm just going for a casual stroll across the bottom there while watching out for falling rocks. Probably. Yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Yeah, way too easy. All right, let's jump to the higher levels now. Right, let's go to Fell Roost then in the underworld, and I'm going to use exactly the same team but on the Delve level 500, so how this can still work even on the hardest level. Right, let's change that because that was the team I used for the Delve team. Let's paste that team in. Bingo bango. And go again. This time we have much harder opponents. Take advantage of those 4 matches now because things are a lot more powerful in this delve. Obviously we've got the much higher stats on the opponent. They are far more deadly with their skull hits and things like that, so we want to make sure we don't take any necessary skull hits and things like that. So we will absolutely be taking things like skull hits there, or making sure we collect the brown for that rock solid barrier. But yes, take that skull whack there. Now when you cast Venoxia, it's likely to mess this up anyway because it generates absolutely loads of green and blue, and we do that awesome true damage. There you go. Let's got our rope dart up. We can cast this on someone who we've not taken away the armor from yet. Let's pick on them. All that armor gone in one absolute big go. Second Venoxia was charged up. That's kind of looped, and the next one is ready there, but we can do this on rope dart first just to make sure we soften them up even more and get that entangle effect going on at the same time. And repeat with Venoxia. And as you can see, there's so many green and blue there that there must be a 4 match somewhere. Every time you do that, you get that awesome Elementalist burn, freeze, stun, entangle on everybody. And you can use this. It's a cheap shot because it's a free go. You get an upgrade on it. You get the extra turn. Very, very, very straightforward. That's level 500. And the cool thing about a rope dart is that eliminate all armor, for example. It doesn't care about your magic level and things like that. It's just does it. I'll have some pet food, mate. Thank you very much. Why not? Just trot along the bottom then. See that yellow? Really good. And then it blows up and says no. Actually no. Right, we'll save that. Don't grab that straight away because we have an extra turn, remember, from this. I might put rope dart on her actually because she is actually really annoying. That racket she makes when she casts her spell. Ugh. Alright, let's see if we loop with this. Not really, but oh, I've done the thing I said I shouldn't do. I collected that yellow on autopilot. Like, I can afford to get away with it because I know I can, but ordinarily you should still be quite careful on these delves. Don't play them as quick as I am now. I'm only playing this fast because I know I can get away with the odd mistake. If you're a newer player, and you do have to be a little bit more careful, but saying that Venoxia is so good, you can loop like this and just wipe through and it will work for most people. Very, very straightforward. 2 more battles to go. Right, one of our Venoxias is up already, so we've got a chance of that looping. We may as well actually go for that straight away. Let's bash it on them. Why not? That's a nice lump of blue there. Let's grab ourselves a bit of green for Venoxia. There, both of them are up. Do we have any more damage to do here? Yeah, may as well do this. Soften them up for Venoxia. Get some entangled as well. Makes you safe from the skull hits. That's the really important part of that. 2 times Venoxia up. Let's cast them back to back and win the game. Yeah, cannon. You think you're doing... Oh! A submerged cannon. That wouldn't work, would it? Because the fuse wouldn't light. But that's getting technical. Let's just kill it with a rope dart. Last one, let's go to the mythic room and bash them out of it. See, a nice yellow format there. Potion of Explosion says, actually that worked out in my favour. Oh, we'll let it off. That's where sometimes Lightning Strike is better to have off when you want to take advantage of like these extra turns sometimes. You've got Lightning Strike on. You can actually turn that off if you want more control over the board. What are we going for here? Some Venoxia purple. Top troop is entangled, so if we left him any skull matches we are safe. Excuse me. Don't have our Rope Dart. Our Rope Dart is charged rather, so we can do that first and then take the blue, which has a good chance of getting it charged up again. So really easy, powerful team to use this. You keep on taking these 4 matches if you need to, if you want to get the whole team burnt, frozen, stunned and entangled. Really, really cool. Alright, let's do Rope Darty things to them. Can look out for making that drop down to a 4 match if you want to do the skull damage, but when they're all entangled, you can just literally just keep on going with Venoxia. Keep on dishing out that awesome true damage. Essentia is just literally sitting there, just being useful if you lost a troop. It's literally all it's doing and giving that nice 50% mana start. And let's grab that for our troops. That's going to be good for our Rope Dart. And that's going to be an extra turn on that. And that is going to be pretty much the game done. Don't even bother collecting things like that. You can do. Like, because obviously you have a chance to bring more of the colours for Venoxia into play. And it's super straightforward. And, you know, even as a lower level player without my stats, you'd have never been in any trouble at any point in that game because of the way the entangle works, the way the stun works, the way the freeze works and things like that. And how much damage Rope Dart does. And the way that Venoxia can loop. So really nice, safe, easy team, that one, and quite a lot of fun to use as well. Well, there's a video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.